entertainment, luxury.
Ricky Martin Lloyd Walters, also known as Slick Rick, was born to Jamaican parents on January 14, 1965, in South Wimbledon, London. He is the most successful British-American rapper in music history, and is regarded as hip-hop's greatest storyteller. Brilliant wordplay, the effortless ability to bring the things he rhymed about to life, dead-on pop culture metaphors, and funny one-liners stamped him as the wittiest rapper of all time. In the late 1970s, he emigrated to the Bronx with his family, and attended the LaGuardia High School of Music and Art. Rick met Doug E. Fresh at a battle in the Bronx in 1984, and joined his Get Fresh crew, which also consisted of Chill Will and Barry B. Rick quickly rose to prominence as one of hip-hop's architects. From the early 1990s to the current day, recording artists including Nicki Minaj, J. Cole, Pitbull, Will.i.am, Amy Winehouse, Big Sean, and Future have all made reference to him in their music. Slick Rick has been nominated for 2 Grammy Awards, and received the 2023 Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award. He also received the Source Award for Lyricist of the Year, 1992, and was nominated for 2 NAACP Image Awards in 1999. Today we'll be taking a look at the top 8 luxury buys of Slick Rick. Before we start, don't forget to poke that like button, and subscribe. Number 1, Bronx Building. Slick Rick's present life is equally low-key as his original classics. He is a landlord in the same Bronx area where his family relocated when he was 11, and he and his wife spend a lot of time handling that vast collection of sample licenses. He may experiment with producing new music, creating new visuals for his older songs, or attempting to utilize his fashion sense to alter what he regards as a terrible trajectory for modern hip-hop style. He explained, "I take care of my buildings. I'm sharpening my skills. It's like a painter, I never stop painting." He laughed to himself, in on another of his own jokes. Like a Rembrandt. Hey young world. Number 2, Custom Eye Patches. Slick has appeared on several red carpets throughout the years, and his eye patch is frequently coordinated with his wardrobe. While most fans are used to his trademark style, many are unaware of the background behind it. Tragically, Slick was blinded in his right eye as a newborn when a piece of glass from a shattered window struck him. He seldom discusses the incident, although he did speak up about his experience thus far in a 2012 interview with Red Bull Music Academy. Slick Rick spoke about his distinctive eye patch look. "I used to wear like a contact lens, anything that camouflaged the eyes, 'cause you know, the eyes is kind of messed up, you know. Gradually I just started I was wearing Ray-Bans for a while. Then after a while I just said, I'm just gonna wear the patch. And then the patch seems to have caught on," he added. "So, I just stuck with the patch. Sometimes I wear the glasses, but you know, most people prefer the patch." Number 3, Clark's Wallabies. Slick Rick collaborated with his favorite shoe label, Clark's, to curate and develop a mini-documentary. The project, named Mind, Body, Soul, is intended to mark the beginning of a new chapter in the Rulers Association with the brand. According to the rapper, the next incentive is likely to include merchandise. "We're attempting to broaden their perspectives. We're aiming to include more color and pastels into both the men's and women's lines, making it a soft shoe," he stated of his ideal Slick Rick and Clark's Wallaby collaboration. The picture would be a beautiful, color, contrast shoe for a different variety of people, modern age showing the value of pushing beauty in today's standards. Rick mentioned the reputation of this man, withhold and withstand. Number 4, Bling. In an interview with GQ, Slick was open and honest about the history of hip-hop jewelry. "Back in the day, when rappers were starting out, we had to borrow bling before buying it. It's why you hear a lot of rumors saying, you don't own it. You do not own this. You borrow it." Slick Rick acknowledges, "You used to say that a lot back then." Slick continues, "Since the beginning. You know, the only ones that came before guys like myself, Rakim, Eric B., and those cats were Mr. T. So, Mr. T served as our role model before us." Rick has a ring in his collection that mimics one of his first acquisitions. "When you look at my early images, you'll see that I usually wear one ring or a bracelet. I didn't have all of these items yet." Rick further claims that he frequently improved his items in size while also obtaining elements and subsequently encrusting them with diamonds. He says he's also dipped older rings, bracelets, and necklaces in rose or white gold. It provided them a fresh perspective on evolving trends. This type of ish happens every day. Number 5, Crown Collection. Slick Rick and the artificial intelligence company, Urban Collab, have released the Crown Collection. The gender-neutral collection blends street savvy with comfy loungewear, and includes elements of the rapper's own style. Slick Rick has already entered the apparel game, releasing the limited edition Puma Sky LX Slick Rick sneaker. In 2021, the collection was released in 3 stages. The first 2 were released on July 23 and July 26, respectively, with the last part arriving on August 6, 2021. Number 6. Crown. The notion of kingship has always been an integral aspect of Slick Rick's identity. Slick Rick, also known as Rick the Ruler or Richard of Nottingham, embraced the grandiosity associated with British culture and history. This influence is evident in many parts of his style, from his Kangol caps to the most royal piece in his collection, his king's crown. Rick the Ruler is back, hit it. Number 7. Steakhouse. When interviewed by Coveteur in 2018, Slick Rick described what he liked to do on a relaxing day in New York City. I'm going to Morton's Steakhouse. Ruth's Steakhouse does not offer cream of corn or onion soup, which is why they lose. It is comparable to the relationship between Burger King and McDonald's. Ruth is losing to Morton's. I want the cream corn, and I want the wine sauce with my steak. Shit costs a bunch. Have you ever been to Morton's Steakhouse? Listen, you cannot leave without a $300 bill. Number 8. United States citizenship. Slick Rick has finally been given U.S. citizenship after a 23-year legal proceedings battle. The prominent rapper was sworn in as an American citizen in 2016, during an official ceremony in New York, with hundreds of other newly naturalized Americans. In 1991, Rick pled guilty to 2 counts of attempted murder, and 8 firearms charges in connection with an incident in which the rapper shot his cousin Mark Plummer, and an innocent bystander. Both survived. Plummer worked as the rapper's bodyguard, until he was fired for reportedly attempting to extort Walters, after which Plummer threatened Walters and his family's life. In July 1990, after spotting Plummer outside his home, the rapper opened fire on his cousin, striking Plummer once and another person in the foot. Rick received a 3.5 to 10-year term for the shooting. He was freed after 6 years, and fulfilled his parole in 2000. Teacher, tell me how you doing. This is the end of Top 8 Luxury by Slick Rick. Make sure to tap the like button, and subscribe, to see our next list. Bye for now.